So I've also started the recording. I hope all of you can hear my sound. All right. So you can see the screen here, the course outline. So I have changed its prerequisite as discussed in the last lecture to analog and digital communications. So nowadays this subject is being taught after probability in standard universities, and there you also go through the revision of probability as well as stochastic processes. So that is why I have devoted first 2 weeks or first four lectures on review of the fundamental concepts of probability and stochastic processes. So stochastic processes are random processes. Those students who have not studied these processes, they will come to know in these lectures, and those who have studied, they will uh, uh, they will have a revision of their previous concepts. So
सर वन क्वेश्चन प्लीज़
please,
सर इस सब्जेक्ट में इसके जो फंडामेंटल्स हैं ये बिलोंग करती हैं प्रीवियस जो सब्जेक्ट्स हैं एनालॉग एंड डिजिटल कम्युनिकेशन से लेकिन सर जो स्टोकेस्टिक प्रोसेस है ये फर्स्ट टाइम सब्जेक्ट मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ लाइक तो सर इसकी जो फंडामेंटल्स हैं उसका मुझे नॉलेज नहीं है तो काइंडली इसको ना मतलब डिटेल से बेसिक्स इसकी वो डिस्क्राइब ज़रूर कर दीजिएगा ताकि थोड़ा इसका बैकग्राउंड क्लियर हो कि ये प्रोसेस किस वजह से यूज़ होता है, इसके पढ़ने का मकसद क्या है, इसकी क्या आउटकम्स हैं, इसकी क्या यूजेस हैं। बिकॉज सर ये जो स्टोकास्टिक प्रोसेस है सर ये मैंने अपनी प्रीवियस क्लासेस में नहीं पढ़ा
yes, that
क्योंकि
what
मैं
I
मेरे
was.
लिए फर्स्ट टाइम ये सब्जेक्ट है।
That was I was saying. Actually, previously, what used to happen that a student used to study probability only, no stochastic, and then in the subsequent courses, for example, in analog communication or communication systems course in electrical engineering of undergrad, they also used to study AM and FM without the inclusion of or without including noise as a as a stochastic process or as an additive white Gaussian noise, or without introducing the stochastic nature of the noise, the communication systems were studied. But nowadays what has happened that after probability, what happens, students are also taught a part of stochastic in the probability course, but even in the analog and digital communication course that they are that has been made compulsory for all the electrical engineering students, they are taught stochastic processes. But I know, as I came to know in the last lecture, that some students are from old session. For example, I don't know, maybe the CR, yes, Mr. Kamran, he told me he's from 2018 to 12 session, and they have not studied stochastic. Similarly, I think Muhammad Arif Shamim, you were telling me and right now that you have not studied stochastic processes. So
जी सर
yes,
राइट।
thank you very much for reminding. And always please, this is a graduate course, and we are trying to take everyone along, those who have studied or those who have not studied. So stochastic processes will be dealt here. But I have just written for our course outline review process, because this master's course is being taught in this year. So nowadays what is the norm is that stochastic is taught also in the undergrad classes. But here I will be teaching stochastic, and I have taken the book which explains stochastic processes in the best manner, especially in terms of pictorial graphs. Other books you will see there it is just mathematical description, and students are not able to grasp, especially electrical engineering students are not able to grasp why we are studying stochastic. Even for nowadays it is included only also in power courses. In power courses, it is becoming apparent that probability and stochastic is also important. So that is why I was just telling you that I have chosen a book which I was again which from which I gave the first lecture, which explains these two basic concepts in the best manner possible. So we will be studying a stochastic, and we will be also revising the previous concepts of probability. So I will devote more time to stochastic processes. But still, if you say that this is not understandable, then you can ask questions during the live sessions.
सर इसमें एक और मैं सजेशन देना चाहूँगा सर, इसमें जो मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशंस आती हैं, जो यानी कि मैथमेटिकल प्रॉब्लम्स हैं या मैथमेटिकल एग्जांपल्स आ रही हैं सर, काइंडली अगर आप उनको राइट करके हमें समझाएं तो वो ज़्यादा, मैं समझता हूँ कि मैं उसे ज़्यादा अंडरस्टैंड कर सकता हूँ। मीन्स कि आप स्टेप बाय स्टेप उसको राइट करके बताएं कि ये स्टेप्स ये है, इसके बाद ये स्टेप्स है और ये इक्वेशंस इस तरह, यानी कि एग्जांपल जो हम सॉल्व की लास्ट लेक्चर में, तो सर वो ज़रा ज़्यादा इजी हो जाएगा, समझने में आसान हो
इसमें
जाएगा
जी
कि
जी
वो किस तरह सॉल्व हो रहा है प्रॉब्लम या एग्जांपल,
जी जी।
उससे सर ज़्यादा इजीली अंडरस्टैंडेबल हो जाएगा लेक्चर।
All right. The thing is that, first of all, in the last lecture, we were reviewing only probability concepts. We were not studying stochastic processes. It was just a review of the previous concepts. And if I find that something is not given in the book and or not explained properly, then I will definitely do on the notes also. So till now we are just studying actually old concepts, and there were probability concepts that I know all of you have studied it. So that is why I have not done it on paper. So as you will be going to the more difficult concepts, so especially the new concepts, let us say stochastic is new, then we will be also discussing them in the class with respect to solved examples on piece of paper. All right. So if you find some example, like if this example is clear in the book, then there is no use for me on writing on the whiteboard. But many times what happens that the book gives a very short description. Many things are not present in the detailed description. So then I will definitely explain through my notes. Because first lecture was just an introductory lecture, that is why I have not given it in terms of a solve example with my notes, but they will be coming inshallah. Okay, so I will go back to the lecture. First I was discussing this lecture plan. So we first week we will have a review. Some things were still left which I will also cover today about random variables and conditional probabilities, expectations, and then this I have added. So stochastic process was not present in the outline. So stochastic or random process, they're the same thing. I have added it, and we will spend time on it so that before we go to the Markov chain, we have an idea of these processes. So coming back to the book now, first of all, I will share this. So right now we are following this book, and I hope that we are able to make some group so that I can give you the course outline on that group. Otherwise, I think, is the CR here? हाँ जी, कामरान साहब आ गए आप? Can the CR hear me? Class representative? All right, I think he will be available in a time. So we were starting with this chapter 5, and this book is Fundamentals of Communication Systems by Prokes and Masood Slehi. And we were discussing the importance of random processes in communication. This was just its application rather than going into mathematical details. So here it came the mathematical details which you have already studied in your previous courses, sample space, events, and probabilities. So we discussed about events, sample space, the famous fundamental axioms of probability, they were discussed, and conditional probability, I told you the importance, and I also told you some events, daily life events that help us, that actually are conditional probabilities, and they help us in increasing the probability of any unknown event. Some things which were left, I will just try to discuss them also. And that is, for example, let us say we have some events which are disjoint. I told you what are disjoint events, which those events which have nothing in common. For example, if I roll a dice, a fair dice, I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So all of these events of getting a 1 or event of getting a 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they are all disjoint events. But if I say that I form an event of numbers less than 4, then in that case, I will have union of events uh, of getting a 1 or 2 or 3, because I'm talking of getting any number which is less than 4 from this sample space of the outputs of a die. So here these are disjoint events, but I have combined or take the union of these disjoint events to get those events, so that the outputs of the events are less than 4. All right. So I'm getting, all right. So the output of the events are less than 4. Here, if I take, let us say, the individual event of getting a 1 and then the event of getting a number less than 4, in these cases, these two events are not independent, because you can see that there is some sort of intersection between 1 and 1, 2, 3. Okay? So if I say that I have disjoint events, which means they are independent events, then in that case, if I want to find the probability of A, of another event A, then that can be given by this conditional probability, that probability of A given probability of independent events. In that case, I can get the total probability of that event as equal to probability of A given the event EI multiply by the event EI. So that it makes very good logical sense. So you want to find probability of A, all right, probability of A given EI, and then probability of EI. So this will definitely give me the probability of the event A. So you can find the probability of event A, let us say, by its own constituent events, but you can also now find the probability of event A by using the conditional probability function A given EI. All right. This is one thing. And then we have the famous Bayes rule, which I know you have read in your previous classes, but just as a revision, because again, this will be coming up in our subsequent lectures. So actually this is given as probability of EI given A times probability of A. So whatever is given, it will come here. Probability of EI given A times probability of A is equal to probability of this will switch to here and this will switch here. Probability of A given EI, then probability of EI, whatever it is given here. Then we know that probability of A can be written as this sum. Hence, probability of EI given A can be given as this thing. This is called the famous Bayes rule. I know you have studied before, but just as a revision of conditional probabilities, this was discussed. Random variables I also discussed in the last lecture, that it is because many times you are interested in the output of a function which is based on the random outcomes of your experiment. Okay? So those outcomes, they are mapped to a real space and they are called random variables. So this was one example, but there could be various examples of a random variable. And again, I told you that random variable could be discrete. If the sample space is discrete, and it might be infinite, but it has to be countable, then it will be discrete. And if on the other hand, if the sample output is continuous, or it takes a range of values or infinite values within a range, then the random variable also become continuous. A CDF, the famous CDF you have already studied. So in short, you can say the CDF function is actually given. CDF function at any x is actually the probability of the random variable less than that x. These are the various properties of the cumulative distribution function. All right, and I know you have already studied them. So this is just, you can revise it as follows. For discrete random variables, we saw earlier also that the CDF or the cumulative distributed function will be a staircase function, because remember, for discrete random variables, the random variables are present at discrete points. They are not at continuous points. Right? They are countable discrete values. So whenever our value come, then its probability will add on to the previous probabilities, and hence there will be a change only at those points. That is why it is called a staircase function. And you can see the figure also here. So let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these were 5 different random outputs of a random variable. So when I calculate its CDF, so I will start from the first probabilities, then it remains constant. In the second output comes and its probability is added, then third outcome its probability is added, fourth and fifth, and hence finally I will get 1. So the CDF finally converges to 1 as x turns towards infinity. Random variable could be continuous. So in case of continuous, we saw that it will be a continuous function like this. It will not be a staircase function, because each value of the random variable has some probability, and it is contributing to the ever increasing function that will again tend towards +1. Remember, the sum of all the probabilities of the sample space, or you can say the mapping of sample space onto the real space, which makes it a random variable, they are all sum of all those probabilities is always equal to 1. Then we have mixed random variables, and here you can see that somewhere you have discrete steps, while other places you have continuous increase of the CDF. Finally, you also know PDF, that has also been studied in your previous courses. So PDF is actually the derivative of your CDF. And again, this has several properties. So this is actually the differential of the cumulative distribution function. And its properties are also well known. The equivalent to PDF in terms of discrete random variables, this is called PMF, or probability mass function, where each random variable will have this probability, Pi, which is discrete, and again sum of discrete probabilities will be again equal to 1. Now then we had some important random variables. So this I didn't discuss, but then I saw that in the next lectures, again these random variables will be used by name. So I said, all right, why not, let's also revise these important random variables, which I also know that you have said. So we have got the revision of Gaussian random variable. So we will see also some other random variables which are very important. For example, the Bernoulli random variable. So it is the output of an experiment where and finally it is mapped to the random variable in terms of 1 and 0. So you can have either 1 or you can either have 0. The probability of getting a 1 is P, and then the probability of getting a 0 will be 1 minus P, because there are only 2 outputs. So if 1 is P, the other has to be 1 minus P. So the sum of these probability will come out to be 1. So the Bernoulli generator is a good model for generating binary data, because you can specify, for example, you can say that my output data coming from my information source is just 1 and zeros. But let us say 1 is coming with 0.5 probability, 0 is also coming with 0.5 probability. Then yes, you can give this by Bernoulli random variable. But if you say, all right, that 1 is coming with 0.7 probability while 0 is coming with 0.3 probability, Then again, you can use the Bernoulli random variable, and this will give you the outputs. All the random variables will come out, where definitely 1 will be greater than the number of zeros. Another useful usage is in communication channels, especially in modeling of channel errors. And we can model an error by modulo 2 addition of a 1 to the input bit. For example, let us say the input bits that I am getting are either zeros and 1. All right. So if I want to put error in some bit, all right, let us say I'm getting a 1. So I will add a 1. So 1 plus 1 becomes 2. And if I take modular addition of 2, because 2 mod 2 is 0, all right, because modulo, it is the remainder. So dividing by 2 by 2, there is no remainder, just totally dividing it. Hence modulo of 2 will be 0. So your input was some input bit, okay, and let us say that input bit was 1. So if you added a 1 to it, you are now getting a 0. This means your input bit 1 has been converted to an output bit of 0. So there is an error here. So error can be modeled by this modulo 2 addition. Again, for example, let us take that the input bit is 0. All right. So I will again add 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1. If I take modulo of 1 with respect to 2, I will get 1. So you can see 0 has been changed to 1. All right. So this also gives us an idea that Bernoulli random variables can be employed to model channel errors. Then we have the famous binomial random variables. That is why I discussed the Bernoulli random variables. So binomial random variables, they use the binomial function. They actually give us the number of ones that are present in the n independent trials of Bernoulli, or n independent Bernoulli trials. All right. So let us say I am flipping my coin. So coin has two outputs, head and tail. So let us say I map head to 1, or let us say I map tail to 0. So once I am flipping them, I am having my Bernoulli trials. All right. I have a random variable. If I flip it n times, I will make up a Bernoulli trial. All right. And the Bernoulli trials mass function is given as follows, where you should remember that this is the same which is given binomial function. This is the combination sign. This will be equal to n factorial k factorial and n minus k factorial. So, and then this you can put and you can get the answer. So for example, how will be this is used in at the industry level? For example, if you want to find the probability that your let us say your n sequence has total number of bits which are received in we will see this example in a while, but at this point you can this example it helps us in finding the total number of bits that are in error when the bits are transmitted as a Bernoulli trial. Independent bit is transmitted as a Bernoulli trial, then you can calculate the total number of bits in error by using the binomial random variable. So this we will see with one example. So if P is the probability of getting ones, and 1 minus P the probability of getting those zeros of the Bernoulli trials. All right. So again, I will just discuss 2-3 minutes, then we will just have a 10 minutes break and we can then continue our class. You don't have to end this class as I've done in the previous. I will just mute it at my end and then after 10 minutes you can simply join it. 10 or 15 minutes at the max, you can join the class. So we will continue with the class even after the prayers. Now please try to understand again this thing before we take this example, that that what is this binomial random variable. It represents the uh, number of ones that are present in the n independent trials of Bernoulli. All right, it will give you the number of ones that are present in the n independent trials of Bernoulli trial. So n is, let us say, the total number of trials. Okay, and let us say you want the probability of finding k numbers of 1. So you will use this combination formula nk, probability of k, and probability of 1 minus p n minus k. And you know nk can be opened up as a combinatorial, which I told you, n factorial, k factorial, n factorial divided by k factorial divided by n minus k factorial. Okay. So one example is an order. For example, if I have 10,000 bits that are transmitted, and I am told that the error probability is 10 to the power minus 3, then what is the probability that the total number of errors is less than 3? Total number of errors are less than 3. So I would like to find the probability that the error is 1, error is 0, or the error is 2, because these three will make up the probability of errors less than 3. So I will just add these three probabilities. So, here p is equal to 0.01, and we are looking for probability that the errors are um, less than 3. So I will say it is equal to probability of getting an error of 0, 1, or 2. So I just add up the probability of getting the error of 0, 1, and 2. Then probability of getting 0 error will be given as follows: p0 and p n minus 0, which is n is 10,000, so n comes out to be this, and this is n0. So n is 10,000 because n trials, and you want 0 bits to be an error, so this will give you the probability. This will give you with the probability of 1 bit an error, and this will give you the probability of 2 bits an error. So you will add it and you will get the total probability of getting an error less than 3 bits. All right, so in this way you can add them up. Uniform random variable we discussed in detail. Uniform random variable we discussed in detail in the last lecture, and I know you have it is a straight line. Okay, provided it is a straight line between these two concepts, between these two ends. So the PDF is given as 1 over b minus a. This is well known. Normal constant we also discussed. So one thing I think I've discussed also in the last lecture, that this is so important because the thermal noise, which is the source of noise in almost all of our circuits, that has a Gaussian distribution. So that is why it is used. And Q function I also discussed in the last lecture, so we don't need to repeat it. And these are some of the PMFs. So for Bernoulli, you know, if 1 is given by P probability, then 0 has to be given by 1 minus P, because there are only two outputs of a Bernoulli random variable. So this is the PMF of the binomial random variable. Yes,
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
yes, you can ask some.
सर बर्नौली रैंडम वेरिएबल्स में हम कह सकते हैं कि ये टू आउटपुट की 1 और 0 इन टू आउटपुट्स की एरर कैलकुलेट करने के लिए यूज हो सकता है, जबकि जो बाइनोमियल रैंडम वेरिएबल है वो n नंबर ऑफ एरर्स के लिए यूज होता है. इसे कह सकते हैं सर इस तरह.
बाइनोमियल रैंडम वेरिएबल जो है,
बाइनोमियल.
बाइनोमियल बाइनोमियल का जो है ना वो तो सीक्वेंस ऑफ बर्नौली ट्रायल्स होंगे, ठीक है।
जी सर।
बर्नौली ट्रायल्स जो है ना वो होगा कि जी 1 और 0 इंडिपेंडेंटली कोई भी आप उनकी प्रोबेबिलिटी सेट कर दें, 1 की जो प्रोबेबिलिटी सेट करेंगे 0 की 1 माइनस दैट प्रोबेबिलिटी होगी, ऑलराइट। जो भी आप 1 की सेट करेंगे 0 की उसके हिसाब से सेट हो जाएगी, ऑलराइट। सो यू हैव द प्रोबेबिलिटी
सर
ऑफ 1।
इसमें
जी जी
सर इसमें ये कह सकते हैं कि ये फॉर एग्जांपल एरर हमारे पास 2 बिट्स का एरर है, तो उसके लिए हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं बर्नौली रैंडम। और जो एन नंबर ऑफ एरर्स है हमारे डाटा में जो रिसीविंग एंड या सेंडिंग एंड पे है, उसे हम बाइनोमियल रैंडम वेरिएबल से कैलकुलेट करेंगे।
जब भी आपके पास नंबर ऑफ एरर्स आएंगे in
जी
a
सर।
sequence, so you will be using the binomial random variable, all right. Binomial random variable will give you the probability of let us say getting any number of errors in your sequence. Let us say your sequence is 10 to the power 6, so you can say, all right, what is the probability of getting 1 bit in error, getting 0 bit in error, getting 500 bits in error, getting 1000 bits in error? They can all be calculated by the help of the क्या कहते हैं उसको, बाय द हेल्प ऑफ
बाइनोमियल रैंडम।
बाइनोमियल, ठीक है ना। बाइनोमियल वो
जी
काउंट
सर।
कर रहा है ना आपको। बर्नौली तो सिर्फ
जी
एक
सर।
ट्रायल हो गया ना आपका, मगर उस ट्रायल को आप एक सीक्वेंस की तरह लिख लें, फिर आप उसमें एक और चीज डिफाइन करेंगे जी इसमें कितनी बिट्स जो हैं वो मतलब इन एरर हैं।
जी
so
सर।
that will be that could be done. There are also other ways, but there are also other ways, but
मीन्स के
that
सर
could
इसमें
be।
बाइनोमियल में हम उसकी लिमिट सेट कर सकते हैं। लिमिट सेट कर सकते हैं कि हमारे पास इतने एरर आ सकते हैं, पॉसिबल है, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं।
नहीं
लिमिटेशन
नहीं
इसकी दी हुई है तो सर।
आप समझे नहीं ना। ये है अनसर्टेनिटी है ना। व्हाट इज हैपनिंग
जी
हियर,
सर।
यू कैन हैव एनी टाइप ऑफ आउटपुट but you have certain probabilities to those outputs, ठीक है ना। आपने once you conduct experiment, let us say, just for sake of understanding, ठीक है, let us
जी
say
सर।
you construct you did some experiment, and let us say you get 100 bits in error, all right. But let us say you did do another experiment, and then you will be getting maybe 50 bits in error. Another experiment you are getting 200 bits in error, all right. So but we are talking about what is the probability that when you are conducting these repeated trials, what is the probability of getting 2 bits in error, 4 bits in error, 50 bits in error, or 100 bits in error? So probability actually gives you a measure of the chances of those error. So it is actually a it actually combines all the sets of events that could occur based on those probabilities.
जी
जैसे
सर।
अभी हमने निकाला ना कि जी प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 3 बिट्स इन एरर क्या होगा, आपने कहा ठीक है जी 3 बिट्स इन एरर तो ठीक है, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 1 का तो फॉर्मूला है हमारे पास, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 0 का
जी
भी
सर।
हमारे पास है, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ
0 का
2
है।
का भी। इन सबको सम कर दें तो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ लेस देन 3 का आ जाएगा। अगर कहे जी प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ लेस देन 50 करना है तो ठीक है जी प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ लेस देन 50 निकालो बैठ के, ठीक है।
जी सर।
इसमें एक्चुअली
इट मीन के सर
कॉम्बिनेटरिक्स,
50 टाइम उसमें
हाँ
50
उसमें
टाइम्स फिर उनको ऐड करेंगे।
हाँ इसमें एक्चुअली वो और भी मैथमेटिकल फंक्शंस होते हैं जो ये कॉम्बिनेशन वाले हैं ना, कॉम्बिनेशन वाले एनसीआर वाले, तो इनको एडअप करने के भी
जी सर।
फंक्शंस होते हैं आगे। और वो अभी उन्होंने डिस्कस नहीं किया। आप अगर आगे कोई कोर्स पढ़ते हैं वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन वगैरह का, तो वहाँ पे वो ये भी आता है कि इन डिफरेंट कॉम्बिनेशंस को आप किस मैथमेटिक्स के साथ इसको एडअप कर सकते हैं। यानी अब इतनी ज़्यादा कॉम्बिनेशंस हो गई हैं, अब आप हर एक का करेंगे तो एक और मसला हो जाएगा। इसको आप एक कंबाइन भी कर सकते हैं डिफरेंट मैथमेटिकल फार्मूलाज के साथ। वेल हमने उनमें जाने की जरूरत नहीं, हमने इस वक्त कम्युनिकेशन का कोर्स तो नहीं पढ़ रहे, हम तो बस ये पढ़ रहे हैं कि प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगी किसी भी इवेंट की, ठीक है ना। हमने बस देखना है
जी
कौन
सर।
कौन से इवेंट्स हैं जो कम्युनिकेशन में अकर कर रहे हैं, जो ज़रूरी इवेंट्स हैं। उन तमाम इवेंट्स को हमने इंपॉर्टेंट रैंडम वेरिएबल से कवर कर लिया। एक तो ये बर्नौली
जी
ट्रायल्स हो
सर।
गए, और चूंकि 1-0 की प्रोबेबिलिटी कोई भी हो सकती है आपकी, गेटिंग
जी
अ
सर।
1 और गेटिंग अ 0। ये गेटिंग अ 1 या गेटिंग अ 0 इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर कम्युनिकेशन चैनल, ठीक है ना। जो आपका
जी सर
कम्युनिकेशन
ऑब्वियसली।
चैनल है वही डिटरमाइन करेगा ना कि भाई
जी
आपके
सर बिल्कुल
पास
ऐसे ही।
क्या प्रोबेबिलिटी है। वो वहां से आपके पास वैल्यूज आएंगी, फिर जब वो पता चल गया आपको, तो फिर उसके बाद आप बस ये फॉर्मूलाज हैं आप निकालते जाएं, आपके पास प्रोबेबिलिटीज आती जाएंगी। So this is one very important which we will be discussing when we will be discussing various other models with the, but you know, the bases need to be discussed. So that is why I have discussed this binomial and Bernoulli. ये वैसे तो जो पॉपुलस की बुक है उसमें तो काफ़ी डिटेल में दिए हुए हैं ज़्यादा एग्जाम। मैं तो इसलिए वाली बुक से लिया कि इसमें ज़रा कम से कम शॉर्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन है तो कवर हो जाएगा आपका। So if you are interested, we can also take some examples from the Populus book. There he has given much detailed, many examples of these Bernoulli and Bernoulli random variables in detail with various functions associated with the binomial function. Uniform random variable तो I think ये सबको आता ही है, so it's not straight line होता है इसका PDF. Gaussian का भी हमने काफ़ी डिस्कस कर लिया था। ये तो 39 ही हो गए तो सॉरी। Alright, I will take a 10 minutes break, ठीक है? So I will just mute your क्या कहते हैं इसको this meeting for 10 minutes, ठीक है ना? So just come after 10 minutes and 5:50 तो 10 minutes एंड में फिर हम थोड़ा सा और भी कर लेंगे। Alright? Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Alright, thank you. So I've started recording again. So we were discussing very important random variables. So we had discussed lastly the Gaussian random variable. We had also discussed the Q function. This I am not discussing functions of random variable as you have I have studied in previously. Now, another important thing that needs to be revised is the averages. Various averages are defined in probability. First is the mean. So mean of a random variable is a random variable times its PDF and then integrated. So you can see that each random variable is multiplied by its probability and then you sum that that products. Definitely you will get the mean of X. The moments you can define by taking the power of each of those random variable if you are trying to find the nth moment. Other thing is that if you have defined a function of the random variable, let us say y is a function, and you want to find the expected value of this y, then same formula is used, only x is changed with the new function y, or y is equal to gx. Okay? And rest of the PDF, it remains the same. So for discrete random variables, again, we will follow the same procedure. F of x will be replaced by its PMF, probability of each random variable. And again, that will be multiplied by the random variable itself as it was being done here. If it is a function, then the function, mean of the function will be the function times the PMF as was done previously. So other thing, I think you also know what is the variance of a random variable. So, you know, variance is actually the expected value of the function minus its mean, or x minus eta in some books, but here he has written x minus e of x and then its square. So if you take the mean of this function e and e of this, then you will get the variance. And you, I think you have already solved this. For example, if you open this x minus ex square, you will get x squared plus ex squared minus 2 times x into ex. And then if you take its expected value, so you will get expected value of this. Expected value of mean will be expected value of will be the mean itself, because expectation of a constant is the constant itself. And finally you get this relationship. हाँ जी, सही रिलेशन सबको याद है? This relationship, do you all remember? It is driven from this relationship. Does all of you remember this relationship? Or can you derive this relationship from this relationship? If there's a problem, then you can tell me. So the next lecture I will share its derivation. Haji, does everyone know how to drive this? Haji, कहाँ yes, Haji Shamim साहब, do you remember how to drive this equation from this equation?
नो सर,
No sir. अच्छा
रिपीट कर दीजिएगा सर।
And in the next lecture, because we are out of time, so in the next lecture I will
Yes, sir.
actually I have made the notes, but I thought that this was very easy, so everyone would have known. But I will repeat this derivation inshallah in the next lecture. All right.
सर ये बुक भी शेयर कर दीजिएगा सर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में।
व्हाट्सएप में तो आएगी नहीं, इतनी बड़ी तो बुक है। मैं चाह रहा था वो सीआर साहब आए आप, कामरान साहब का। हाँ जी सीआर साहब आए कि नहीं, कामरान खान साहब?
जी सर, दोनों बुक्स शेयर कर दी हैं मैंने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे।
अच्छा, तो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में कौन से ग्रुप में शेयर किए? जो ये वाला हमारा मास्टर्स का ग्रुप है, नया ग्रुप बनाया आपने?
नहीं सर, वो एक और ग्रुप है MS20 का ना, हमारा स्टूडेंट्स का अपना।
अच्छा, तो
उसमें मैंने दोनों, उसमें एक तो मिस ने शेयर किया और एक मैंने शेयर किया। दोनों बुक्स जो है ना वो शेयर हो चुकी हैं।
अच्छा ठीक है, सही है। तो उसमें ये वाली बुक जो मैं जिससे अभी मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ, ये प्रोकेस वाली, ये शेयर्ड है इसका मतलब?
हाँ जी ये भी शेयर्ड है। वो दूसरी जो आपने बताई थी पॉपुलर सप्लाई वाली, वो भी शेयर कर दिया।
चलो वेरी गुड, ठीक है जी शमीम साहब, वो बुक शेयर्ड है। तो एक्चुअली उधर भी इसमें ये इसका इंशाल्लाह डेरिवेशन भी नेक्स्ट टाइम इंशाल्लाह ले आऊँगा, ताकि आपको इसकी प्रॉब्लम ना हो। ठीक है
जी,
ओके सर,
थैंक यू वेरी मच। तो ये वो मैं चाह रहा था कि फिर वो जो आउटलाइन भी मैं कैसे शेयर करूँ आपको फिर? और क्या नाम है खान साहब, वो जो आउटलाइन शेयर करनी है कामरान साहब, जैसे जो मैंने आउटलाइन बनाई ना कोर्स की।
जी सर, जी
वो कैसे शेयर होगी फिर?
वो सर अपना ईमेल एड्रेस मुझे दे दें, मैं आपको एक ईमेल करूंगा। मैं मतलब अपना ईमेल एड्रेस है तो उस पे शेयर कर दीजिएगा।
अच्छा, तो मेरा ईमेल एड्रेस लिख लें आप, ssirfanhussain@uet.edu.pk।
सर ये चैट में लिख देंगे सर?
हाँ चैट में लिख देते हैं, सबको मिल जाए ना। चैट में कैसे लिखेंगे? चैट में, ठीक है मैं लिख देता हूँ। ठीक है, मैंने चैट पे अपना ईमेल एड्रेस भेज दिया आपको। ठीक है, तो आप मुझे ईमेल करेंगे, फिर मैं रिप्लाई में आपको भेज दूंगा। ठीक है,
ठीक हो गया सर।
चलें सर। अच्छा, तो these are the various properties of the random variables. Their means and variances are given, so we do not need to drive them, just you can see them. अच्छा, आज टाइम बड़ा जल्दी चला गया, वैसे 1 घंटा ना फौरन निकल गया। Alright, the time is up. I won't take more of your time. So how will I mark your attendance now? There are 14 participants. अच्छा, so last time I took the attendance.
सर एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें पार्टिसिपेंट्स की।
स्क्रीनशॉट ले लें? अच्छा, वो फिर अच्छा एक ही मैं जल्दी से पूछ ही लेता हूँ। रोल नंबर 2 इज प्रेजेंट? रोल नंबर 2?
जी सर।
रोल नंबर 3?
यस सर।
Present.
ऑलराइट, 3 is present.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 4? 4 is present.
Present, sir.
Yes. Roll number 6? Sharish Nazir.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 9? Mehnoor. All right.
Present.
Roll number 10? Waji Gilani.
Present, sir.
ठीक है। Roll number 21? Hafiz Abdul Hasid Tariq.
Present, sir.
ठीक है। Roll number 24? Faiza Salim.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
ठीक है। Roll number 27?
Present, sir.
27, ठीक है। रोल
सर
नंबर
18 मिस हो गए।
18 मिस हो गया? अच्छा, वो अभी आ जाएगा।
जी सर, आरिफ।
18 present. All right, thank you very much. Roll number 28. 28 is absent. ठीक है। Roll number 30.
Present, sir.
अच्छा, roll number 30.
Present, sir.
All right, present. ठीक है। Roll number 34. Roll number 34.
Present.
Khatija, all right, thank you. All right, I think I have marked the attendance for, all right. Thank you, you are present. 34 is also present. Only 28 was absent.
Present, sir.
Yes, you are 34. Or only 28 was absent. Okay, and I think rest of all the students are present. So I have marked your attendance. I will, so roll number 28, Mohammed Naveed, are you present? I can see your name here. Roll number 28. Can you hear me? You have to speak up. So as you are not, all right, so I cannot mark you present because you are not saying. So you are only absent. All right, all the students have been marked. I will end the lecture and I will send the course outline to the CR. The books are with you. So we will complete this in the next lecture. So I stop the recording. Achha, I also want some, I will see